In this video, we explored three key aspects. First, we walk through the process of creating accurate quantity takeoff for beams. Next, we dive into creating bar bedding schedule for beam reinforcement. Finally, we wrap up by learning how to create clear and organized sheets in Revit for project documentation. Welcome to Civil Builders. I am Engineer Arsalan. Before we start today's video, I recommend you to watch my previous video where I created beams, assigned reinforcement, and do the detailing works. You can find the link at the top right corner. Now let's start today's video. Before creating schedules, I would like to mark all the elements because it's make my process easier during the sorting and grouping. To select all elements visible in a view, click on one element and select visible in a view option. Now we select all the identical elements that are visible in this view. And then from the properties panel, assign its mark. Now let's start to calculate the volume of these concrete beams using the schedules. So first navigate to the view tab and select schedule options. And from this dialog box, select structural framing and press OK. New window opens. From this window, we select the parameters that we want to be present in our table. To shift the element from the left to the right, I use this arrow. After placing all the parameters, we can rearrange by using these arrows. Now from the sorting and grouping, sort all elements by mark and check this header option. And also check this grand total and titles and count option. And then from the formatting tab, align all of your elements by center. And from the appearance tab, select the font and press OK. Now our table is created. We can use these toolbars for further formatting. We can change our fonts. We can provide shades. We can rename our table by simply click and type. Now to view the total value of volume and total number of beams, use the formatting tab and select count and volume option and choose calculate totals and press OK. This time we are able to see the total number of beams, that is 26, and total volume of beam. For further formatting, use the appearance tab and add the strips. Moreover, to calculate the value of cement, sand, and coarse aggregate, I use this formula. Now we are going to add more fields to this table. I use this field option from the properties panel and adds more field. To calculate quantities based on the mixed design, I have to add some new parameters because these parameters are not available there. So I use this option to add new parameters and I type cement ratio, and from the data type I select integer and press OK. I repeat the same procedure for sand and coarse aggregates. To calculate the total ratio, I use this calculated parameters option. To calculate cement bags, I use this formula. Now add new calculated parameter for cement bags. Write this formula and press OK. Similarly, I repeat same steps for coarse aggregate and sand. and press OK. Now our formula is now ready to use. We just have to add the values of cement ratio, sand ratio, and aggregate based on the mix design. It automatically calculates its total ratio, number of cement bags, sands, and aggregate. It's time consuming to fill each rows one by one. So here I apply some tricks. I go to the sorting and grouping options, and from this dialog box, I uncheck this itemize every instance and press OK. Here I put my value of cement ratio, sand ratio, and aggregate ratio. And now again, go to the sorting and formatting and itemize every column and press OK. Now it automatically fills each rows of same categories that have the name B1 to calculate the total volume of cement bags, sand volume, and aggregate volume. I use this formatting tab and select all these three options, and from here choose calculate total options and press OK. Now I do some adjustments, like I want to bold this main heading with the font tab, and I can change its color. Now it's looking more better. Let's begin to calculate the weight of rebar using the formula mass equal to density into volume. Here the unit weight is 490 pounds per cubic feet. Now let's move to the Revit screen. First we need to create schedule. So for schedule, navigate to the view tab and select schedule and quantities from the drop down. From this dialog box, select structural rebars and press OK. A new windows pop up. So from this, select the project parameters and use this arrow to move your parameters from left box to the right box. After selecting all the required fields, now we add a new calculated parameter to calculate the weight of rebar. Name this calculated parameter as weight of rebar. And from the discipline, choose structural and type choose mass. And here insert the formula and press OK. Our formula is added. Now, from the sorting and grouping, check this grand total option and sort by type. And from the formatting tab, select its alignment and select rebar volume and select calculate total option and select total bars and again choose calculate total option. From the appearance, check the strip rows and assign its color and press OK. We have created a table that shows the weight of the rebars. To get a sum of individual bar numbers, select sorting and grouping option and check this header and add blank lines. Now we get the individual quantity sum for 3 number bars and for 6 number bars. We can change our units from the formatting tab to our element, and then from the field format we can change its unit. Now we successfully change our unit from pound to kg. Now let's head on to the next part of this video where we learn how to create bar bending schedules. So first we generate the duplicate of this sheet. We can rename it by simply typing Revit 2024 will automatically generate bar bending schedules. You just need to add bending detail in your table. So to add new fields, go to the fields and search for the bending detail and use this arrow to add the bending detail in our table and press OK. We can also hide the columns. To do this, go to the formatting tab and select the element you want to hide and check this hidden field option and press OK. Now we have simplified our table. Rebar shape is visible only when we place this table inside sheet. Navigate to the sheet view. Now simply drag this table inside our sheet We see that the shape is now visible. Now head on to our final section where we learn how to create a sheet and place views inside them. First, navigate to the view and select sheet from the toolbar. From this window, choose your required template and press OK. Our sheet is now created. We can modify its properties from the properties panel. Click on the sheet and then from the properties panel, change its name by simply typing. We can change its number from S2 to S2000. To place views inside sheet, simply click the views in the project browser and drag them inside our sheet. We can change the viewport properties by selecting our viewport. Similarly, we add sections and 3D views in our sheet. We just create our new sheets. Select our views and drag them and place inside our sheet. We can enlarge our views by modifying its properties. Click on the viewport and then from the properties panel, change its scale. And that's all for today's session. In the next video, we learn how to draw a slab, assign its reinforcement, and do the detailing works. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Civil Builders. See you in the next video.